Next up is our high knee skips. We want to make this powerful. We want to make this as quick as we can. So we're going to perform this one to half court. Once at half court, we're going to do power skips, and we want them to get up as high as they can off the ground, trying to get that knee up as high as they can when they're in the air. Next up is our groin stretch. We're going to do our groin stretch. We're going to go side to side with this. We want to make sure that we're keeping our feet flat on the ground as we're leaning to one side, keeping our toes and shoulders pointed in the direction that we're facing. We want everything to be facing forward. So we'll go side to side, making sure our feet are flat, and we'll come up, touch our toes. We'll do this until we get to the three-point line. Now, instead of jogging or any other skips or anything, we'll do defensive slides. We'll work on that inside of the leg some more, down to the three-point line, groin stretch the hamstring to the side or to the baseline. Next up, we have our forward skips. Now, as we're skipping forward, we'll do this to half court. We're just going to crisscross our arms simply just to get some motion in that, try to get our shoulders loosened up, a little bit of the back loosened up. Once we get to half court, we're going to perform backward skips, and we're going to do arm circles as we backward skip, trying to get those shoulders loosened up, get ready for practice and for the game. Next stretch up is we call it Superman. We're just going to simply balance on one leg. We're going to lift the back leg up as high as we can, and then stretch out forward. Try to elongate everything. Try to get some movement and stretch in the obliques. We'll work that hamstring, get the blood flowing, get that pumping a little bit of the glutes. Try to put that hamstring down to the calf maybe, and we'll just simply switch as we go down to the three-point line, jog down to the other three-point line, perform the Superman stretch to the baseline. Perform the Superman stretch to the baseline. Last stretch that we're going to go through is called our hamstring rockers. So we're going to have a staggered stance. What we're going to do with this, we're going to put one foot forward. Let's say our right foot is forward. So we're going to line our left foot up, our toes, with our right heel. We're going to go down, put all 10 fingers onto the ground, try to keep them there the whole time, and then we're going to try to straighten out both legs and hold that for a count. We'll do that to the three-point line, jog down to the other three-point line, perform the stretch to the baseline. what we're going to go through next is some of our agility movements that we use. This is just a basic sampling of what we go through, but these are probably 4 of the best agility moves and exercises that we have. First one up, we call it the tennis ball suicide. We'll start with 3 tennis balls on the baseline, and one of the girls will be performing this. We're just going to simply roll 1 tennis ball out. They get to it as quickly as they can. They're going to turn 90 degrees, plant off their back leg, pick up the tennis ball, push off that back leg, sprint back to the baseline. They're going to lay the ball down. As they're coming back towards me, I'm going to roll the next ball out so that they have to immediately plant, go back, pick up that tennis ball, come back. I'll roll the third tennis ball out. Then I got to go back, get that, come through, set it down to be finished. The next drill exercise that we're going to go through, we call it the 2-ball dance. You can do this drill with tennis balls. We use lacrosse balls. I think they bounce just a little bit better, so you're able to challenge the girls a little bit more by getting the balls further away from you, further away from them. We go for 30 seconds. We'll probably do 2 to 3 sets of this. It's pretty good workout if they get going, if you can get them going as the coach. So what we'll do, we'll stand face-to-face to each other. I'll have a ball in each hand. I'll simply toss the ball out. They have to get it before it bounces twice. As soon as they catch it, they'll toss it back to me. I'll toss the next ball out. So what we're working on is being ready to move, staying low the entire time instead of standing up and then getting back down into stance. So we want them to be as low as they can and ready to move. The toss can go forward, it can go backwards, it can go left, it can go right. So they got to be ready to move at any point, side to side, forward to backwards, anywhere on the court. The next drill that we're going to go through is called a 10-card throw. All you need is a pack of playing cards. We'll take 10 cards out of the pack. Same stance, same way to start as the 2-ball dance. We'll be facing each other. And this one is more for unpredictability. You don't know where the card's going to go. It could go straight up and land straight in front of you. It could come off to either one of the sides. It could just take off flying halfway across the court. You just don't know, so you got to be absolutely ready to move. And this one is really great for not giving up on a play, finishing a play. Don't give up on anything. There's a lot of the time that the cards will split away real quick and then they'll float for a second and the girls will give up on it, seeing that it's out of their range, but if they would have stuck with it, they'd still be able to get the cards. So we'll go through, we'll throw 10 cards up in the air. They'll try to catch as many as they can in the air. If they catch one, they're just going to simply put it on the ground, be ready for the next card. Once all 10 cards are thrown and on the ground, they'll go through and touch each card as it's on the ground before the drill is complete.
Yeah, Kendall.
The next drill is really great as well for being able to move anywhere forward, backwards, side to side, quick, fast. Just a great drill for getting the girls moving side to side, being ready to move any direction, any kind of movement that they'll be able to meet in the game of basketball. So we'll set up cones 5 to 6 yards apart, form a square, have the girls stand in the middle of that square. You'll have a coach or another player standing in front of them, 3 to 4 yards in front of them. And if you have enough people, you can have them surround the square and pick up the balls that are knocked out of the square. So we'll start with either anywhere from 10 to 10 balls to start off with. You're just simply going to roll them different places, different angles, and make the girls, once they get to it, they just got to slap it out of the box. Make sure they try to get to each ball, and it's a great drill. First up is our hex bar deadlift. We're trying to build some more explosiveness out of them, some straight raw power out of them. So this is a great drill to get that out of them. Just looking for that explosiveness. Once they're down, just exploding back up as hard as they can. Control it down till the weights touch. Explode back up once again. Up next is our Bosu ball ab wheel rollout. We try to do some variations off of other regular exercises. So we started doing the rollouts off of a Bosu ball. It just adds a little bit more stability in the hips. They gotta work to control their hips so they're not moving side to side. Also added in some of that obliques, and of course we'll work in the core as we roll out and come back. Halfway. As I said, we're pretty big on bodyweight exercises. We do a ton of push-ups, variations. This is one of my favorite ones that we'll go through. We call it the Bosu battle push-ups. So we're going to have the girls start with their hands on a set of Bosu balls that are flipped over so that the bottom or the rounded part is on the bottom with our hands on the base. So what we're going to do is have their partner or a coach or anybody, they're going to tap those Bosu balls, get them off balance, have to control everything using their arms, using those shoulders, and once again using that core. So after we're done hitting the Bosu balls, we're simply going to go down to a push-up, come back up, hit them again. We'll go through that, and we usually go through 10 reps of that.
Action.
Next up is our barbell hip bridges, and we're just going to simply use the barbell and set it across our lap. Make sure that our back is on top of a bench, sturdy bench, so it's something that's not going to move. And then we're just going to explode up as high as we can with those hips and work on getting that power through there, through the glutes, through the hamstring.